There we go. Come on, hearing. Oh, that's right. It auto mutes. There we go. So, get to start over. You guys are sitting on a variable power supply. Puts out a consistent 13.8 volts where it's set now. Right there is what's called a gym stem. It's a variable input output board. Pretty handy for this kind of stuff. This is a 2013 F-150 ECU that has been converted to a 2014 strategy. Raspberry Pi 4 with a CAN hat connected in via OBD2. The tower is just standing in for power to the Raspberry Pi. Re-aim you guys here. That's better. So, on the software side of things, the gray software in the background is what's known as binary editor. It's what I use for, well, one of the programs I use for tuning, data logging, and it makes a decent test bed as well. In this specific case, I'm using it for its user-defined parameters settings. Specifically, this row here, RAM testing address, test address, is a point in the RAM on the ECU that is not used by the regular firmware. So I'm using it for this particular experiment. You can see for the units, it's tagged under ethanol percent. Not critical just yet, but good information to know. Come down here to transfer functions. I've got a custom scale. 0.9 is 10%. 4.5 is 100%. If you know anything about ethanol sensors, that's close. It's not right, but it's close. So, upper right is a CAN bus log. Really not necessary for this particular moment, but handy to have pulled up. Lower right is all the messages I'm sending. Now, because CAN timing is so tight, I've written a basic script to send multiple messages, and it'll actually roll through a span of addresses that I put in. And you'll see that here in the data log. So because the timing is so tight, I have to start the data log first. That would help if I plugged in the mongoose, which I didn't point out before. The genuine DrewTech mongoose. But any J2530 cable should work. 34 cable should work. Come on, T-Mobile. Internet went to shit real quick. There we go. Okay. So, try that again. Hit the data log button. Turn the switch on the gym stem, which would help if the output was turned on the variable power supply. So a lot of little steps. So, power on, 13.8 volts. Switch on the gym stem. You can see that here, maybe. Back a little bit, you can probably see it. You can see. Why is that? That's strange. light is on the gem stem, which means the ECU is powered up. Get the data log for the second time. Upper right hand window, there's a bunch of noise going on. A couple of values popped up in the binary editor window. You see it starts rolling through numbers. Those top two rows are not relevant. What you want to watch is this blue one here. So let me send some CAN messages. 12, 3, and I actually need one more. This top one. There we go. So you see this 05, 67, 03. The numbers you want are the last three in that line. 67, 43, 11. Runs it through an algorithm, it spits out 6 more digits. You send 2704 E8 5412. 6704 is a positive response, which means we're good to go. So we go up to the script. There's the script. Look over it real quick. You can steal it if you want. I don't care. Now, we activate the script. Watch the blue box. So, now that I've let that run for a minute, seeing that the numbers change, correct? So what that's doing is that the Raspberry Pi, kind of totally separate from the, there it goes, totally separate from the ECM, minus 2 wire connections on the CAN bus, sending a message through this line, through the splitter, into the ECU and into the Mongoose, and reporting it on binary editor. Right here. Pretty cool, right? So, it actually froze up. I'm not sure why. Not supposed to do, well, it's supposed to continue rolling, but now it's acting up. Send it again. Oop. No, it did freeze up. Interesting. Lack of power, maybe. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. Okay. This is fine. I should be able to shut this down without upsetting this. So I'm going to move gimbal's power over here, plug the Pi into the power supply, because the power supply put out 2 amps constant. I don't know if a USB port can do that. So, 32 should shut off any minute now. Come on. So while we wait for that, there are some things in the code that I can change on the ECU in order to avoid having to send that security message. I haven't really played with it yet, and there's a couple other nuances to it that I need to figure out. But what this means is that I can send a sensor signal. There it goes. Okay. Unplug that. Maybe. Alrighty. That should be better. The mic. The hub might reach over there. Yes. Sorry. Turn you guys on your heads for a minute. There we go. Oh, excuse me. There. Should be able to just send the message because it's already unlocked. Theory. Excellent. There it goes. I'm going to open the second window, but I probably won't use it. Really not necessary. So, back to the whole point. Imagine the Raspberry Pi is a 0 to 5 volt sensor with a microcontroller hooked to it to convert that 0 to 5 volt signal to a CAN message. It's 8 byte message sent over the 2 wires. If you want to look into the nuances of CAN, feel free. There's a lot to it. So, that signal goes out onto the CAN bus into the ECU and shows up in the data log. So this value in the blue box is actually in the RAM on the ECU. Now, eventually, a skilled programmer, I'm not going to claim that I'm a skilled programmer or even an expert in this area, but they'll be able to take this value from this RAM address and apply it to other areas in the ECU. Say like flex fuel, auxiliary IATs, EGT sensor, what have you, on the ECU without connecting to the front pins. Pretty cool, huh? I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's freaking awesome. It's got me all excited. But, yeah. And because it's CAN, I can send more than one signal out of this device here to another address and have it do the same thing. Multiple sensors over 2 wires. CAN bus. And it's funny. When I first learned about CAN bus, probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm like, that sounds dumb. That sounds like a pain in the butt. But now that I'm sitting here playing with it, it's pretty cool. When you know how to leverage it, it's pretty cool. So, my recording, or is it? Yeah, yes, I am recording. Cool. So, I might move the stream over to the desktop and then shoot proper video. So, we can stream over here, record on the laptop. Everything is hunky dory. Let me. Oh, my phone's right there. I grab. I thought I put Discord down here. Maybe not. And the way the script is running, that blue box will keep rolling as long as the script is running. And that's coming off of here, of course. I've said that already. Send this link in Discord real quick. Oop, that was a shift button. I need enter button. There we go. Keyboard's stuffed up under the monitor. Sorry. Oh, it's cold in here. Oh, I think this is pretty cool, in my opinion. Ugh. So I think the reason it hangs at 0 for so long is that my transfer function's not quite right. But that's fine. Little adjustment here will take care of that. Do need my phone though. 18 minutes. Yeah, I can end this one here. So I'm going to move over to the desktop and either do some 3D printing work or gaming. I'm not sure which yet. But I definitely need to eat something. It's only 2:40. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this one up just because it's a lot more relaxed than a video, of course. But yeah, if you stopped in, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. If you find this stuff fascinating, please let me know. I would be happy to discuss it with you. I think this stuff's pretty awesome. Other people may not get it, and that's fine. It's a complicated subject, but yeah, we'll see you next time.